Hello, queens and kings. My name is Thandeka Shabangu. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. I'm back. Yeah, I've been away. I've been nursing myself, but I'm all well. So, today is quite interesting. For this tutorial, we're going to have three parts. Part number one is going to be prep for our pipe. Part number two is going to be the wrapping part, and part number three will be inserting our lanyard at the center. So for today, we're going to need four things. You're going to need your hose pipe. I was taught to do this by Umam Gugu. Shout out to her. And she taught me using a hose pipe, the one that you use when you water your garden or when you wash your car, anything, that hose pipe. I decided to complicate my life and use a PVC pipe. I don't know why, but don't be like me. And then the second thing that you're going to need is material, white material. You need a white material. When she taught me, I was stubborn, and I went there. I went to her when she was going to teach me. I had a black legging with me. Yo, she shouted at me, but I understood that no, it's very important that your material is white. Make sure it's not stretchy, it's just fabric. This one was 35 rand a meter or 25 rand, I'm not so sure. It's the cheapest one I could find. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is cut your hose pipe like this. So, the first thing, you're going to measure out your hose pipe. Make sure that when you measure it out, it's going to fit your neck properly, and it should not be too big, because for this specific pattern it has to be quite close to the neck, but it should also be able to go over your head like that. So when you've measured out your hose pipe, point number two, another thing that you have to be careful for is the bendings that could be on the sides. They could be on the inside or they could be on the outside. If maybe you start bending your hose pipe and it starts to have a corner, a bend, then that's not good. You should go for a different part, because it's going to affect your entire product in total. Then when those 2 points are done, you then move on to cutting your hose pipe. You're going to cut half of it like this. Make sure you cut it nicely, and make sure that it's nice and long. Let me measure it out quickly. Okay, I measured it out. So the cut is about 11 centimeters. Here's another pointer that I did not mention. Your hose pipe, make sure that inside it's really, really hollow. It has a big hole. And number two, it has to be nice and squishable. Now, I'm a different case. This is a PVC pipe, so I can't have the same standard of a hose pipe on a PVC pipe. This one is quite hard and really hard to work with. So, make sure that it's hollow inside, and then the walls are not too thick, and that you can be able to squeeze it in. So you're going to take this part and insert it like this. If you have your hose pipe, you could be able to manipulate it and press it in and make sure it goes inside properly. But because this is a PVC pipe, I'm going to give it a different treatment. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the half that I cut out, Then I'm going to put it in between on this side and on the other side. Okay, I'll be back. See, so these are the final results. So I don't have a huge hole here. So with the hose pipe, it's going to be different. You can able to press it and push it inside nicely. Then you measure it out. See, it's nice and perfect. That's the size that you're going for. Okay, so now we move on to stage 2. Stage 2, you take your material, your white material. I almost said coating. Your white material. So now you make sure that you cut your material into strips. Okay, mine is a bit skew. And then you start wrapping the entire pipe with the white material. Now there's no right way of doing this. You just make sure that you wrap nicely. I like starting here at the point of intersection. So now I start here and then I wrap. Whether you move from this point, you move to your right or you move to your left, it is all up to you. So you're just going to keep wrapping it like this all the way around. All the way around like this. And there'll be a point where the material will run out. Then I have to add another strip, a different one. Okay. So I've wrapped this one, but I ran out. And I still have an entire half of the pipe to finish. So I cut myself another strip. So this is what I like to do. Let me do the camera like this. Oof. Sorry. This is what I like to do. I like to put it under like this, and then put it over like this, and then wrap it like this. See? So that's how I like to join the two strips. Then I wrap it like this, wrap it like this. Oopsie. This is how I wanted the camera to be. Okay, I wrap it like this all the way, all the way, all the way. Like this. You can wrap it up until you finish the thread. Not the thread. I'm used to threads, but the material. Wrap it like this. Make sure it's nice and tight. And until you get to the end of it. Now we're going to come to the last part of the prepping part. Now you're going to need your needle and your thread. You're going to need your needle and your white thread. Get that ready. So this part is the fun part. This is the part where, for me, it's the fun part because it's not as strict. Don't have to worry if your work is neat. So for this part, you're going to take your, let me call it a wheel that you just wrapped, your needle and your white thread. It can be any thread that you're comfortable with. That's how fun it is. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. Okay, it does matter what you do, but how you do it, it doesn't matter. So the aim for this part is to trim out the layers. So you're just going to sew over them and make sure that they're sitting flat. Like this part, I can sew over this part, make sure it's sitting flat. This part too, this part too. Just sew over them. What stitch you use, it's up to you. And this part too, just to make sure that everything is sitting nice and flat. So let me just give you an example. Yo, Queens and Kings, I almost died. Well, didn't almost die, but yo, COVID is real. That's all I'm gonna say. It almost did a number on me. June 16, when people were out there partying, my body was starting to feel different. My body was like, girl, something is wrong. And you know what? It's just that I am a person, I always have sinuses and stuff like that. So when I have flu, I never cough. Never. It never happens to me. So this time I'm coughing. I'm like, "Ugh, what is this? This is not normal for my body. You know your body. You know your body. Hi, boo. The 17th came. Oh, oh, the night. Fun. I don't know what, but I couldn't sleep that night. The June 16th night. I kept going to the toilet. I had to go pee all the time. I don't know what kind of symptoms that was. 17 June. My body was like, girl, you're not okay. And then my body was starting to feel different. I was coughing. That's where I realized I might have COVID. And my mom was in denial. My mom was like, because it was the two of us that were not okay lately. My mom was like, no, Mina, I'm fine. Mina, it's just flu. And then she went to the doctor on the 17th day. And then she got tested. And then on Saturday, the results came back and they were positive. And I was like, you see, I told you, girl. Told you, girl. Mina, I know my boots. I never cough. When I have flu, it's either a runny nose, even sneezing, it's here and there. But when I start coughing, something is not normal. But yeah, but we're fine now. Yo, we're fine. We're okay. I must thank God that it was not severe. No one went to the hospital. No one was on ICU. But it's very scary. It's a very scary thing. So you see, you just trim anyhow. It can be nice and untidy. The part. This is because no one will see. No one will know how you have. Is it knitting or sewing? How you've sewed. So just all around. Okay, so I'm just gonna go all around, and also deal with this part, and then we'll be done for today. And then the next day, we're going to start inserting our beads. So this is the final result. So everything has been sewed. I'm just now gonna cut off this needle Everything has been sewed nicely. So your pipe is nice and prepped. Your pipe is nice and prepped. It's ready for you to start adding beads on it. So that's what we'll be starting on the next video. So this is where we're going to stop. The pipe has to be like this. See? Yay! So on the next video, we'll be adding beads and it's going to be nice. It's going to be exciting. Thank you so much for watching, Queens and Kings. I love you guys so, so much. If you love the content that you're seeing, please consider subscribing. Remember to love yourself, to respect yourself, to honor yourself, and have fun. That's the best thing that you can do. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. See you on the next video. Bye. Bye.